because they got retaliated against, proving that they knew that the vaccines are causing a tripling of autism in boys. In one study alone, a tripling in blacks, a doubling in Caucasians and others. I mean, that's a big issue. The warehouses of kids that can never talk, never have a girlfriend, and have diapers on when they're 45 years old, that mama's having to change when she's 70. Talk about weighing down our economy. Talk about a soft kill operation. I want to see some people angry and upset on the news talking about brain damage in babies. I don't want to hear all day about, yeah, look at this player. He's a monster. He's a terrible person. He's the worst person in the world. Oh, my, they're acting like he's worse than Michael Vick. Let me tell you, killing dogs is about 50 times worse than slugging your wife when she jumps on top of you. You know why? Because it's premeditated. Because you get off on the animals killing each other. You get off on killing the animals, electrocuting them. That's what's evil. That's psychopathic. Drunk on an elevator, punching your wife when she attacks you, that's a crime of passion. But you'd think it was the ultimate sin. And you know why? Because it is an attack on men, period. You go to a park and you've got your children there, or you're at a swim meet or anything, and it's not all the moms, but it's a good percentage, will act like just being a man is somehow bad. I told the story of the Labrador I had. He lived to be about 14, but the point is he died a few years ago. Helmet. He jumped out of the fence, jumped over the fence. It's an 8-foot fence, somehow got under it or over it, I don't know. Got hit by a car. I got a call 5 minutes after it happened, ran down, got him. He'd been knocked over on the side of the road. The lady had called. I took him. They wanted to chop his leg off, but I said, no, let's see if it comes back. It came back about 80%, but he had to swing it in front of him. I'd take that dog to the park, and I mean, every time women would come up and say, is something in your paw? Did he do something mean to you? And talking about psychology, I know now why that happened. That was back when I was like 22 years old and I was super good looking. And these women were actually just using it as some come-on line or something, or some way to like mentally say I was a bad person as a moral justification to look down on me. Don't have those type of problems now that look like Fred Flintstone. But that's kind of what it is. Like, you're a man, you must be an abuser at a park. You're a man, all men. The feminists teach in the colleges that all sex is rape of a woman. So that's all this is. No, it's just like Scarface says towards the end of the movie where he's in the restaurant. He says, is this what life's all about? You got a bag for a belly. You're in this restaurant with all these mummies. And then everybody can point their finger at me, all these bankers that are running scams and all these insiders getting government contracts. They can point their finger at me and say, there's the bad man. Say goodnight to the bad man. Because the last time you're going to see the bad man like this again. So what he's saying is, I'm not coming back to hang around in your fake society anymore. Like when the banker comes and says, you got to pay us even a bigger percentage to keep your laundered money in the bank. And he says, why don't you ever get in trouble? Because you've been running this for hundreds of years. You just used me to bring in the drugs for you. And the banker's like, hey, how's your wife doing? Got a baby yet, Tony? Got to go to the golf course. You see how that works? So as they sit there and they point their finger, after our government created Al-Qaeda and created ISIS to murder hundreds of thousands of Christians. They can point their finger at Ray Rice, some obviously juiced up guy who couldn't be a top football player if he didn't have instant reflexes and instincts. So when somebody jumps on him, to punch him. And we can all just say, fine. I say execute Ray Rice. Arrest him, charge him with attempted murder, say it was premeditated. Let's publicly hang him, and then all say how good we are. Let's burn Ray Rice at the stake. I'm joking before the New York Times says I'm serious. Let's firing squad, lethal injection, drawn and quartered. Time between two horses, rip him in two. And then we can all feel good about ourselves when Ray Rice doesn't get the contract, when Ray Rice gets released by the Ravens. Ray Rice, it's his fault. Everything is his fault. I am absolved. I am a good man. I don't have any problem. None of us have done anything wrong because we can point our finger at Ray Rice and say, good night to the bad man. Take him away now. But when some woman jumps on a cop and he punches her and knocks her down as a reflex. Oh, that's okay. That lady jumped on the officer. Why, she's lucky he didn't shoot her. That lady mouthed off to the cops, so they tasered her. Good job, officers. It's a lot more violent to taser somebody than to punch them in the jaw, statistically. It'll kill you a lot of the time or give you permanent heart problems. A lot of people have to get pacemakers after they've been tasered. They get tasered in the chest because it screws up the electrochemical sensors, the electrochemical nerve bundles on the top of your heart. So what's Taser International's answer? Up the power. That'll fix it, killing people. And I'm not even on some crusade against the cops here. I'm just saying, he without sin cast the first stone. Premeditatedly fighting pit bulls and torturing them to death is psychopathic. Being drunk and punching your wife when she jumps on you is stupid, is brutish, is bad, but is not a reason to go to prison like they want him to for the rest of his life. That's all I'm saying. It's reality, folks.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Blockit Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
We all have our own idea about what being safe and secure means. The door's locked, bills are paid, you've got a job that keeps the lights on, and a home to call your own. But what happens when Mother Nature throws a curveball?
I'm telling you, take cover.
Are you prepared to live without electricity or passable roads for weeks at a time? Do you even have a plan B? If you do, are you willing to bet your life on it?
Children left with no homes.
And no one's coming to help them.
The first step towards self-reliance in the face of disaster is a visit to MyPatriotSupply.com. There you'll find the absolute best prices on storable foods, non-GMO seeds, emergency water filtration devices, and so much more. All orders over $49 qualify for free shipping in the lower 48 states. Call 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927 and speak to one of our preparedness advisors today, or visit us at MyPatriotSupply.com. Remember, before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare.
H.L. Mencken said every decent man is ashamed of the government he lives under. Amazing daily graphic that Kurt Nimmo, not just a wonderful, wonderfully informed writer and researchers, but also a great graphics guy, put together a little image of Barack Obama with that H.L. Mencken quote up on Infowars.com. Report, China moves 12,000 troops to Russian border. Obama's ISIS war, profit for military contractors. We know who wins. New police compliance weapon blinds targets. France calls for military re-intervention in Libya after it's now a failed state. So they helped bring al-Qaeda in. France kind of honchoed that with NATO. And now they say they've got to go in and take it over because of al-Qaeda, who they armed. See how this works? BLS, unemployed, more likely to go shopping on average day than look for a job. Scottish vote scares London. I'm going to break that down. Scottish independence. Proof that $15 minimum wage hurts those it claimed to help. That's some of the news up on Infowars.com. Coming up, James O'Keefe, investigative journalist, the guy that brought down Akron, joins us. He came across the southern border dressed as Osama bin Laden. We imitated it. Dressed as a jihadi ISIS right by El Paso and severed a head just to illustrate how ridiculously open it is while we get groped at the airport. Well, he's now snuck in a very popular area of the northern border dressed as a jihadi with big bags marked Ebola and Ryerson, and then walked up to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with it all. Came across on a rubber boat in front of everybody. I mean, how suspicious is that? If I was the Coast Guard or the cops and I saw that, I mean, let me tell you, I'm gonna be zeroing in. The point is, they can't ever completely control and fix the border. So don't claim you got to have random checkpoints and check babies' diapers and stuff. Anybody that claims they're going to take your rights to protect you is full of it. So dressed as an al-Qaeda person, he was then able to take the Ebola and the Ryerson in, the simulant, to attack the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There you go. So he's going to be joining us coming up. Project Veritas. We are InfoWars. And it is vital for you to remember, we reach new people by you telling your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, your email list, your friends and family, by word of mouth, your employees, your boss, people at street corners, people at the grocery store, about Infowars.com, about PrisonPlanet.com, and about the free audio feeds and video feeds at Infowars.com/show. Become a PrisonPlanet.tv member. 15 cents a day, $5.95 a month, less if you sign up for a year. 11 people can use the membership simultaneously. All the archives, the films in HD, the nightly news, and you're funding the very tip of the spear of the InfoWar and the next level of our fight. I want to thank you all that are members. I want to encourage those of you that aren't to become members, PrisonPlanet.tv. Don't forget, the best Made in America Patriot Pro gun, Molon Labe, come and take it apparel. The best bronze belt buckles promoting liberty. The best, most powerful documentary films and books, literature, over 1,000 items, InfoWarsStore.com. InfoWarsLife.com. Deal of the day, $7 for Endgame with the expanded extras on DVD, and your purchase funds the operation. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com. Or 888-253-3139. And we now have it massively discounted, Dr. Group's Oxy powder that I've been taking. That you take a few tablets at night, it goes right through, oxygenates in your intestines, and cleans you out like nothing on earth. It's available, massively discounted, InfoWarsLife.com from Global Healing Center. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. And our crew, when you call, can answer all your questions. All right, second hour, James O'Keefe, masses of news, Scottish independence, and more. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
You've heard about the essential qualities of iodine when it comes to your well-being, and you've read the opinions of top experts regarding this good member of the halogen family. Still, reports indicate that iodine is absent in sufficient amounts from the daily lives of countless people worldwide. Now, our extra-strength new nascent iodine formula is here, Survival Shield X2, leading the way into the next generation of super high-quality nascent iodine. InfoWars Life Survival Shield X2 is derived from 200+ million-year-old salt solutions found more than 7,000 feet below the Earth's surface. The result is a unique nascent iodine that is both concentrated and free of unwanted additives, genetically modified ingredients, and completely vegan. We even pre-screen our Survival Shield X2 iodine for radiation. Pure, clean, and sourced from deep within the Earth, X2 nascent iodine is available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call 1-888-253-3139.